Today, I'm not gonna change the pace. We're actually not gonna be playing Pokemon right now. We're actually gonna be playing Super Mario 64. Actually, let me go ahead and get that changed up on the Switch here. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and play that. I also have a new kind of like speaker setup. Main reason here is I wanted to also listen to the gameplay music while I was playing, but I didn't want it to overcrowd the sound. So if y'all are watching, any feedback would be greatly appreciated. Anyways, though, I'm yammering on way too long. Let's go ahead and get this started. I'm gonna switch over my monitor. Get my Alright, input. There we go. Okay. Let's get the monitor switched over to Super Mario 64, and we'll go from there. So, alright. It appears that I can't hear anything. Let me bump that up. Okay, now I can hear some sound. Alright. We'll go ahead and keep it at this volume for now. I just want you guys to let me know if it's too loud for y'all as we play. Okay. So it looks like the Hipog... Okay. Okay, that definitely gets picked up. I'm gonna bring it down a little bit. How about that? Can y'all hear that? Okay, it looks like you guys hear part of it. Not big of a fan of that. Trying to do this with the blue snowball. Here, we'll just keep on playing. We'll play a little bit. And let me know as you guys are listening to this. And I can always rewatch this stream too. I'm probably going to keep it, this stream pretty short. But yeah, let's just go ahead and get into the gameplay. So in our last episode, we got 32 stars. And we beat the second Bowser fight. So we got one more Bowser fight before we beat the whole game. And we got 32 stars so far, so looking pretty good here. Okay, Boo's Haunt, we still need to get all 100 coins there. So let's go ahead and go there. Fitting for Halloween, of course. Oh man, it's been so long since I played Mario... not so long since I played Mario 64 on the collection. But I think it's only been a few weeks, but oh man, this game... takes me back. It takes me back, really. I used to play Super Mario 64. I never owned Super Mario 64. Like, I never owned the cartridge on my N64, so I'd always play at my friend's house. Hotels would have this thing where they would have an N64 controller in the room, and it would hook up to it, and like it would emulate a 64, and you could choose Super Mario 64 as one of the games you can play. So, I would always enjoy playing whenever we were on trips. There was also whenever we played... so, I enjoyed playing during trips. I really enjoyed playing... I had Super Mario 64 on DS. That one, oh man. So, funny story about that one. That's close to 16 years now. So, back in 2004... the Nintendo DS came out, and I actually cut... I'll go to full screen real quick. So if you guys see on my finger, there's like a little scar on my middle finger. I actually cut my finger on a bandsaw, and my mom felt so bad. I got stitches and everything. It's like, hey, I'm going to Walmart. Do you want anything? And I was like, you know, the new DS just came out. Can we get that with Super Mario 64? And so that was awesome to play, man. I tell you. That takes me back. And so I credit Super Mario 64 DS for helping me with recovery. But Super Mario 64 is also pretty tough. Actually, Super Mario 64 DS is actually really easy, rather than really tough, because what they did was they added a lot more stars, and you can play as Mario, Luigi, Yoshi, and you can play as Mario, Luigi, Wario, and, okay, why am I blank? Okay, because I'm focused on fighting these dang boos. Hang on. Let me beat them up, and I'll finish the story, I promise. Okay. Pop. Okay. I don't know if you give actually coins. If you do, then I'll beat you up. Okay, you don't give coins. So I don't want to get that story. Okay, anyways. So, as I was saying, in Super Mario 64 DS, you could play as Yoshi, Wario, Luigi, Mario. And so they added more stars, which is cool. But Luigi was so broken because every time you do a backflip, you wouldn't just fall, you would kind of do this helicopter motion, and it would be like a slow descent fall. And so basically, as Luigi, without doing, like, a lot of the stars required a lot of platforming and things like that, you could go to the highest peak, backflip, and then just fall to where the star was supposed to be. And then boom, you'd be able to unlock it. So Luigi made the game super broken. And yeah, Luigi was like OP in that game. It was really busted, for sure. But yeah. Yeah, my hope here is that with the blue snowball, y'all can't hear the speakers that I have playing, but y'all can still hear the hapag, so it doesn't duplicate the sound. That's what I'm hoping for. And the reason why is that during the Crown Tundra, that's kind of the setup I want to do. I do have the blue snowball, which I want to use, but if the blue snowball isn't working as well, I do also have another set of headphones I can borrow, so I could try that one out too. But yeah, just trying to see what I can do. Let me do this. How about this? Get out of here, Boo. Die. There we go. Yeah. The reason why I wanted to get the 100 coins in Haunted, Big Boo Haunt is that, yeah, you're getting like 5 coins per defeat of an enemy. So, like, we're already at 63. It's going to be a lot faster to get all these coins. There we go. So yeah, 77. Like, we're getting a lot of coins. It's pretty straightforward, which is nice. Okay, you can't get through the picture the other way if you're not invisible no more. That's okay. I wonder if they're boos out here. No, they're not boos out here. But they're boos in other places, so we can get them. But yeah, Super Mario 64 is really broken because of Luigi. Definitely the best character in that game. There's the Angry Piano. That works. I'll use the invincibility. That's the library. We already went there. Alright, let's go upstairs. There's probably more boos up here. I need 25 total, so 5 boos would be enough, but we can probably grab... I need a little less than 25. Oh, wait, that's the wrong one. Was it this one? Okay, okay, now I remember. What? Come on, now. I jumped on this one. Whee! Alright. Let's see what's over here. Nope, I don't want that. Not yet. And that's back at the room. Okay. Okay, there's gotta be more boos you can fight. Oh, yeah, you can go up there and you can get the... You know, I might do that in a bit. Okay. This is always tough because it's... Yeah, it's not apparent that there's a ledge over there. Ah, come on. Mario. Jump, Mario, jump! There was a old Got Milk commercial. I remember the era when I was a kid. And it was really cool to see, it was like, jump, Mario, jump! And the kids would get so angry, and then Mario popped out of the TV, got some milk, became super big, and then he was crushing the blocks. Before the Mega Mushroom, there was milk. So, got milk, Super Mario. Jeez, what the heck? I am terrible at this. Why am I terrible at this? This is ridiculous. Okay, that's ridiculous. I can't believe I'm terrible at this right now. Okay, by the way, I'm pretty sure I said this a million times already. This is just an audio test to make sure that, because I can hear the gameplay with my speakers, but I just don't want the gameplay to also be picked up by my microphone, Mega Mushroom, that's why I said it, by my microphone. So if it is being picked up on, if you guys are hearing duplicate sound or a delayed sound or something like that, let me know. I want to make sure that we're not hearing that. Like, you might hear Mario jump, like hear him have the jump before he actually jumps. And so that's what I want to prevent. Oh, perfect. That's going to be super helpful. I think with that, we got it. There you go. That's all we needed. Alright, cool. We got that star and we can save the game. I don't need to defeat you. Oh, I still took damage. I thought I could stop the damage. Might be. That is okay. Not a big deal there. But yeah, let's go ahead and get the star that we just had. That we won. It's an older star, but you know, the blue star that we beat with the ghosts. The Boo and the merry-go-round area. Talking today is so hard. I don't know why. But yeah, I'm definitely thinking about going back into playing more singles in Pokemon for sure. But yeah, like I said, before Crown Tundra, I got these new speakers, so I just wanted to test them out. And it's actually kind of nice. I kind of like the setup that we got going on here. Especially too of like, I got the speakers, my computer monitors acting as another like a video game monitor screen. I can record and stream right here, which has been awesome. Okay, so we have defeated Bowser. Man, I don't know where I want to go next. What is up, Daxman? Yes, we gotta bring our single strategy back. We will, for sure. But Daxman, what is going on? Great to see you. But yeah, I think that we're basically Queen Fable. We were just bringing Queen Fable there. Haxorus. The idea behind it is really the main 3 roles that we have, right? We have, they're basically 4 roles. No, 3 roles. There's support, there's wall breaker, and then there's sweeper. Wall breaker basically makes it easier for, to break down my opponent. Wait, Daxman, what's going on? You might, oh no, man, I am so sorry to hear that, man. I hope that you are feeling alright. Please take care of yourselves out there, and, yeah, dude, let me know if there's anything I can do on my end to help you out, but, man, sending nothing but, you know, good thoughts and vibes, and, yeah, definitely recommend, oh, man, yeah, that's rough. Oof, okay, well, keep an eye on that. Hopefully it's not COVID. Maybe it's just like a cold or something. And, yeah, those aren't that scary. Also, flu shots. That reminds me, I'm probably going to do that today. So, yeah. But anyways, yeah, actually, that star, this star right here in Super Mario 64, as Luigi, all you have to do is get to the highest peak, and then just backflip, float all the way down, and you can get to it, which is crazy. But yeah, like I said, if you guys, I just want to make sure that the gameplay audio isn't duplicating. So if you guys are like, hey, it sounds okay on my end, or I'm not hearing extra stuff, let me, oh, I'm dead. Oi, this level is hard. It's deceptively hard too, because it looks so easy. Like, it's like, oh, it's just, you know, it's like the cliffside, and it's just like any other Tall Mountain. Looks just like any other, like Mario level. Like the, like that Bomb Battlefield, and it even has the same music. Nope. It is a hard level, let me tell you. Oh, and the monkeys. Oh, I hate the monkey. We are not going to deal with the monkey today. The game audio could actually be louder. Okay, so that means that the Hauppauge is pretty quiet. Thank you. I actually kept it pretty low for Pokemon. Alright, let's try that. Alright, I'll bump it up a little bit more. Alright, let me know how's that sounding. I got it a little bit louder now. Cool, that's great to know. That's probably just because the Dynamax in Pokemon is actually pretty loud. So I kept it pretty quiet for Pokemon. But I bumped it up for Mario. I'm a loud talker anyways. Like, I can enunciate. I don't mind as much. That just means I have to do, nope, get away from me, monkey. You evil monkey! People don't like the penguin. No, the monkey's the worst enemy in, the worst non-enemy character in, Mario 64. But actually, on your topic, Daxman, I am glad to hear at least you knew that you were, exposed. You know, that could have been scary if you didn't know. You had this cough, and then it was like, hey, COVID, and then you're just like, man, I don't know. I mean, you have to retrace all your steps and things like that, so it is good to hear that at least you know, you know? So, I mean, I'm hopeful that it isn't. You know, that's the name of the game here, but, that's what I'm hoping for. And hopefully it's just like a cough. The flu sucks anyways. I had it during Christmas, and then never again I'm gonna get the flu. So, definitely recommend getting those flu shots. A lot of grocery stores offer it, and, at my company, we do have insurance to cover. Oh, jeez, I'm getting wrecked by these wrecking balls. Oh, nope! Jeez. Okay, Mario's tired, let me tell you. Can I get a coin? Can I get one coin? There we go, at least just one. No, please leave me alone, Monty. Oh, there's red coins here. Oh, please don't. Okay, I don't want to die. Okay, I'm okay with this. Alright, we're doing good. But yeah. Complain about Monty moles. But nah, flu shots, get them. They're good. Be healthy. Whoa, thank you. I wasn't even paying attention. These guys are the worst. Those guys remind me of Bomberman. Because like Bomberman has like, basically Bomberman is all spherical. Like that's his look. And he has like a stick on his head with a little ball on top. And so that's why that guy reminds me of Bomberman. Okay. So this thing is trying to tell me to scale up the mountain, and I'm trying, guys. You gotta believe me. I don't want to get those coins just yet. I don't feel confident getting those coins. But yeah, let me know how the audio is sounding now. We got the gameplay a little bit louder, so thank you, Daxman. Oh, yo, I did like that slide kick. Yo, look at that. That's kind of sick. I don't think I ever do. I always do this maneuver, the one where you dive, but I never do the slide kick. So the dive is basically you jump and you hit the attack button. The slide kick is you crouch as you're running, and then you hit the attack button, which is kind of cool. No, monkey, please. No, don't. Nope. That didn't help. Okay, so... Okay, we're trying to get this dang... Okay, please. Please don't take my hat, monkey. I hate you. Please. No. Yeah. Oh, wait, what? Are you trying to tell me something? You snarky little punk. I knew it. I thought you were gonna be my friend. Yeah, give me my hat back, you stupid monkey. Okay. Let's try this one more time. No, I wanna go on this side. No, not all the way down. Nope, not that way. Man, this game, this level is so stressful. No. Mario! Okay. Alright, we gotta be careful of these dang boulders, these wrecking balls coming down. Nope. No, oh man, I thought I dodged it. Okay. Invincibility frames did not last as long as I wanted them to. Okay, I'm gonna hug this side. Okay. Slide down, please. Please leave me alone, Goomba. I don't want any trouble. Please leave me alone. Okay. No! This level's too stressful. We're leaving. This level's way too stressful. I'm not dealing with that today. Okay. I don't mind doing one more. I could also grab my other headset too, instead of using the blue snowball. My audio will come in a little bit more cleaner. But if we do play Pokemon, I might need to bring the audio down, just because I know with Dynamax, it gets pretty loud. Also, my hair's messy, it's okay. If my mom was watching, she'd be like, oh my god, Steven, you look terrible. I don't blame her, I agree. Also, I have some music we can listen to. Oh, Little Big Island. Okay, we'll do Little Big Island. A tiny, huge island. Okay, I'm just like giant. Look at this Goomba. We just sent him punting. That's the best. Oh, please don't. I like how that is one thing that's kind of cheap. Is that in well, no, Mario, don't worry. In Super Mario 64, oh, now we're super tiny. Oh, okay. You can dive in the water and that can heal up your HP. Whoa! Okay, that's not that bad. Okay, so I knocked out the Piranha Plants, which is good, but the problem is I'm super tiny. Oh, gee, okay. Nope. I'm not gonna get eaten by that fish. Oh, man, this is gonna be a little bit tough. Oh, geez, so yeah, and look, the Goombas are, like, super big now. But now I can break this. Okay, can I land on the stump? Okay, that didn't do too much. You know, now that I'm playing more, I am feeling like I want to play more. Jeez, Lakitu, that I do want to get back into some Pokemon. I do have some music I can pick, so not a big deal. I can easily make that adjustment. But it might take a bit for me to do. Well, it'll only take me a few minutes. I just need to pick out the music. And I think I can do that. Can I do? Yeah, I think I can do that while I'm streaming. So I'll pick out the music. I'll lower the gameplay just so... Oh, okay. I will take that. I will happily take that. I'm gonna get that life. Come on. There you go. What? The life disappeared. Did you guys see that? It is funny, though, replaying Super Mario 64, because, like, the game's extremely fun. Like, don't get me wrong. This game is amazing. But there's so many, like, flaws with it. I mean, from today's standards, of course. Like, this is the first ever, like, 3D Mario game. And even then, it's like the first ever, like, 3D game like this. Okay. It looks like Super Mario 64 is not having it with us. So we'll go ahead and switch into Pokemon. If I do switch to Pokemon, I think I'm going to change out my headset too, because I do want to listen to music with y'all. And I can also test to see if y'all can hear the gameplay, but not replicate it. So I'm pretty sure we can do that. So if you guys don't mind hanging tight for a quick second, I'm going to be right back, grab my other headset, and we'll be right back after this short break. I'll see you guys in a moment. Alrighty, we are back. Thank you guys so much for your patience, and we are about to play. Hey, I think I have a friend request actually. And before we get into that, let me see what this friend request is about. That's interesting. Or is that saying somebody's online? Oh, yeah. Oh, Terrell's now my friend. Yay! Awesome. Terrell's been playing Just Dance. That makes sense. Cool. Uh, oh, okay. Oh, Terrell recently bought. Hmm, interesting. Okay. He might have just connected his Wii U. That might be it. All right, so we'll hop into Pokemon Sword and Shield. Let me get the music going for y'all. And yeah, we'll go from there. But this one will be pretty straightforward. I'm actually going to move my camera up too. Um, but yeah, last time we listened to Mario Party or Mario Kart 8 music. I'm going to change that to uh, we got a little bit of hip hop going on, so it's going to be a little bit crazy. Okay. And then so we got some freestyle too, and then I think I'm going to add some yeah, we'll just keep it at freestyle 2 for now. Okay. Cool. All right, let's go ahead and get into that gameplay. Now blowing down the Pokemon audio just a tad. And let me go ahead and see if I can monitor. Okay, so I'm listening to the battle music. Hope you all are enjoying it. This comes from the game Freestyle Street Basketball 2. A very interesting game, so to speak. It's actually a pretty fun one. I really enjoy it. Now let me make sure I can listen to it. Here we go. Okay. So I'm trying. Okay, so we can hear. Okay, so I can hear the. Okay, I know y'all can listen to battle music. Y'all listen to it right now, but I can't hear it. Let's say monitor off for now. I'm gonna then say monitor and output. There we go. Now we got it back up. Yeah, so this is a very interesting soundtrack for sure. So if you guys aren't a fan of the music, just let me know. I'm more than happy to change it back out to like Mario Kart 8 or No Straight Roads or something like that. But I thought y'all might appreciate a little bit of some hip hop on this channel for sure. All right, so let's go ahead and hop back into our ranked battles. As you guys know, we are climbing up in the singles ranked. We have 20 wins to 8 losses, which is pretty impressive, honestly. And as you guys know, y'all know the team. We got here in Team 6, we got our Alola Ninetales, that Ice Fairy type. We have Galarian Corsola, Corsola coming in clutch with her defenses. We have Dragovish, we have Haxorus, we have Eskew, and we have Clefable. So all these Pokemon have been done an amazing job, and I cannot wait to see what they're gonna do in the long run. So, actually, I am curious if I switched over the general gameplay. Okay. So the music, okay. So I was just curious to see if the Hapag volume changed between the different settings. So I could technically have two scenes where the volume of the Hapag is a little bit louder or quieter, depending. Alright, so we got a battle against Kalu. Kalu has an interesting team with Weavile, Escavalier, we have Grimmsnarl, we have Salazol, we have Orbeetle, and we have Hatterene. So, pretty fast Pokemon, but also an opportunity to set up Trick Room. Kind of looking at this on the onslaught, on the onset, there isn't really anything that the opponent can do to discourage Dragovish. Maybe you can get a Fake Out off, maybe you can set up Reflect, but honestly, Dragovish is just going to do a lot of damage here. I do like Clefable, I think it's going to be helpful. I could also go with Eskew, but there aren't as many physical hitters. I think the only physical hitter that I can see here is Weavile and Escavalier. Grimmsnarl doesn't really attack much, so I don't feel as confident with Eskew, but I do like Haxorus. So I kind of like the idea of
Clefable, Haxorus at the end game. I feel like Haxorus has enough to hit everyone pretty strongly at the end. And if I can break Focus Ashes, that's going to be even more helpful here. So, like I was saying earlier today, a huge part of the battles is really understanding kind of the roles of each Pokemon. And for my team, I kind of have three main roles. I have my Wall Breakers, I have my support, and then I have my Sweepers. And so kind of making that work. So we are actually going to see the Salazar lead versus the Dragovish. So this is going to do an incredible amount of damage. Salazar might try to set up like, I don't know, maybe something like Nasty Plot or maybe switch out. But yeah, Salazar might do some damage here. I actually just get off the Fishious Rend. Salazar just gets knocked out right there. And that is just, that's all she wrote. That just is rough for sure. That's interesting. The music is not continuing. Come on. What is up, music? Why are you not continuing? Alright, we're going to go ahead and hit one more Fishious Rend here. The only thing that Grimmsnarl can do is set up Reflect. Yeah, so it will help him in the short run, but not really in the long run here. Let me go check on the music. Loop, shuffle. Yeah, come on. There we go. Okay, this is one of my favorite songs from Freestyle Street Basketball 2. Don't stop. So we're going to hit with another Fishious Rend. It won't be enough to knock out Grimmsnarl just because I am going slower, so I don't get that additional boost. But we are doing considerable amount of damage. And honestly, I think in the long run, keeping Grimmsnarl out for as long as possible is going to be helpful. It might have Light Clay to extend those, Reflect and Light Screen. But the thing here is that I've already accomplished a lot. I've knocked out Salazar, I've knocked out Grimmsnarl, and that really just sets up Haxorus for success. I really don't even need Clefable. So we do get the Escavalier, so Clefable actually isn't going to be as helpful. But I could do things like Calm Mind and things like that. So I actually get to outspeed this Escavalier and hit it with this Fishious Rend. And we're going to actually see the Swords Dance here, making Clefable a great choice. Thanks to the Unaware, Clefable actually does not care about that. I can then try to do something like Wish and then hit it slowly with some Moonblast here. I wouldn't be surprised if we are going to see the Dynamax here, yeah, and this will help Escavalier survive some of those attacks. But yeah, the long run of things, it's just not going to work. Alright, so Escavalier is out. Yeah, and that's the one thing that I'm kind of worried about with Dynamax. It's a pretty loud mechanic. So I'm going to bring that volume down just a little bit. I am paralyzed, so unfortunately I won't be able to attack here. And we are going to see the Max Flutter Vibe. It is a good attack. I honestly would have... Yeah, no, I think that's fair. Because I would have been resistant against Max Steel Spike. I feel like in this case I can go ahead and set up Clefable. I probably will see some Max Steel Spikes here. But really at the end game it's just... Yeah, I'll just hit off with Moonblast. Let's just see how far we can go. Because the idea behind this is I want to wait till Reflect is over. I'm not going to be doing too much here. But this Max Steel Spike isn't going to be boosted with the Swords Dance, which is nice. But it's enough to knock out, so that was pretty strong. And we unfortunately do get the defense boost here. So Clefable is knocked out. I think what I want to do here is I do want to send in Haxorus. And I do have actually a couple turns I can use Max Wormwind here. And that will make it easier to survive some attacks, just in case my Max Knuckle doesn't knock out the Escavalier. But something tells me I just want to... Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and Dynamax. I'm going to use Max Guard, actually. Main reason here is that I just want to make sure that I can easily knock out this Escavalier outside of the Dynamax, outside of Escavalier's Dynamax. And I don't want to take a pretty strong attack from it. But yeah, that's just shows you the power of Dragovish. The battle's not over for sure. Like, I can make a mistake here. But I think with Haxorus going in for the Max Knuckle... Actually, I can hit with Max Steel Spike. Does it not... I don't think it's resistant against it, actually. I have to double check. No, I think it does resist it. Because then I would go for Max Steel Spike for sure. Alright, so now, okay. Yeah, it was this. So we're gonna go for this Max Knuckle here. This probably isn't going to be enough to knock out. Reflect is still up, but I will be able to survive Escavilier's attacks a little bit better. And now with my attack boosted, that will make the next Max Knuckle stronger. Escavalier goes for Mega Horn. Ooh, I am taking a lot of damage, and Reflect is over. So I guess the question here I have to ask, is 95 enough, or do I need to bump it up to 140? If I bump it up to 140, that gets halved, but I get stab off of it. So risky play here. I think I'm just going to go for 95. So here comes that last Max Knuckle. I could lose this. It's definitely possible. But I am able to pull that victory off, and we are able to knock out that Escavalier. So just goes to show the power of Dragovish, being able to knock out a lot of the opponent's Pokemon. Gave me a little bit of breathing room there. It could have been possible. I could have survived the Max Flare by, but I just didn't feel confident doing so. So I am glad I did Max Guard in that case. So we'll go ahead and continue battling. Great first battle. There we go. That was awesome to see. And we're very close to Ultra Ball, which is awesome. Actually, I might change up the music. I'm not going to lie. I feel like what the problem with the music right now is that with the... it's fun. It's hype. But the problem is... it's harder for y'all to get to hear my voiceover, which is what I want you guys to appreciate. So we're gonna go with Marvel vs. Capcom. Oh wait, it's empty? That makes sense. Alright, we'll go for Marvel vs. Street Fighter. We'll see if Marvel vs. Capcom there should be music here. That's weird. Maybe it was under the Get Ready? No. Alright, well, in any case, we'll go ahead and just use the Marvel vs. Street Fighter soundtrack. Alrighty, so we have a pretty interesting team, including Primarina, Durant, type Null, which is one Pokemon you don't really see often. We have the Rotom, we have Skarmory, and we have Urshifu. So a lot of physical hitters, actually, which I'm really excited about. I think that gives SQ a great slot here. I kind of want to have Clefable lead, then use Dragovish. Yeah, because if I can set up Stealth Rock, that's going to help out the most. So I am going to have Clefable, then Dragovish, and then SQ. And some of those like free red card turns are just going to be huge. So for instance, if like Primarina attacks and then it has to switch out, I can use that to my advantage. Yeah, Primarina can be kind of tricky for sure. So we'll have to figure out different ways to defeat her. But yeah, for sure. I can bump up the music. Well, there's nothing to hear. I actually muted the... I usually mute the music in Pokemon. I listen to that soundtrack so much anyway, so... that way y'all can appreciate different musics too. Alright, different songs too. Different musics. What am I talking about? Come on, Steven. Alrighty, so... we are facing off against this trainer. I have no idea what she's going to throw at me. But hopefully we can adjust and make it work. So first off, we are going to have Skarmory come out versus Clefable. So I'm okay with this. I think what Skarmory's going to try to do is maybe set up its own Stealth Rock, actually. Which can be kind of scary, but I think we can make it work. So yep, Skarmory does set up Stealth Rock. And I'm also going to be setting up Stealth Rock here. Cool. I think at this case, I expect Skarmory to try to attack me. So I am going to try to fire off this Moonblast. So actually it doesn't. It's going to use Whirlwind. So it tries to make me go away. Not very effective there, but we are going to see the Whirlwind. Okay, so Skarmory is looking to kind of do some chip damage here. Ooh, having SQ come out, it wasn't the Pokemon I wanted to see. SQ is going to take a lot of damage from the Stealth Rock. And the problem with setting up is that Skarmory can just Whirlwind again. I don't really have a way to prevent that. So I am going to fire off this Icicle Crash. Hopefully I can get some damage off of here. But yeah, Skarmory and Whirlwind is kind of dangerous. We're going to get this Icicle Crash. It'll do decent damage. I don't think it'll be enough to... Yeah, it won't put a dent here. Maybe we get a flinch. Nah, we're just going to get the Whirlwind again. If Dragovish comes out, we're going to be in a good spot. Clefable is back out again. Clefable taking good damage from the spikes, or the Stealth Rock here. I think in this case, I'm just going to go ahead and fire off a Wish. This will give me an opportunity to recover some HP the next turn. So I do fire off this Wish. And we are going to get a Whirlwind. And this opponent is just not going to let me attack. We get Dragovish, so the opponent actually gets to see my entire team. Nice thing about Dragovish is that if Skarmory does try to switch out, it is going to have another strong Pokemon it has to deal with. This is going to hit hard, and that is enough to knock out Skarmory. Revealing the Rocky Helmet, so Skarmory is knocked out, but the nice thing here is that Dragovish gets all its healing back thanks to that Wish. So I appreciate that. That was a good call there. While Clefable and SQ do have a lot of damage on them, I am hopeful that I could make things work with Dragovish. I think Primarina is going to be problematic, though, if we see it. Okay, so we actually just see Durant. So, this... it does make it actually hard for SQ to do anything. Durant probably is going to go ahead and Dynamax here. Yeah. And then I'm going to have to hit with a Fishious Rend. I don't know if I actually defeat Durant in one attack. Yeah, I don't know. So we're going to see what happens here. Durant. So I do hit pretty strong with that Fishious Rend. That's nice to see. And we are going to get the Max Steel Spike. Not very effective, so I should be able to survive. That's all I want. Durant is going to boost up its defense and lose damage to the Life Orb. So next Fishious Rend, I will be able to knock out here, which is nice. This is only the second time I've seen Stealth Rock. It's a pretty rare move in Battle Spot singles, but it's really helpful for sure. That chip damage made it a lot easier to deal with Durant in the long run. Being able to knock it out is great. I have access to all of my Dynamax, and Dragovish, once again, showing how much of an oppressive force it is. The opponent really hasn't had a chance to respond to it, and we finally have Rotom Heat, rather. Stealth Rock lowers that, effectiveness, and I'm just going to fire off a Fishious Rend here. That'll be enough to knock out, and there we go. That's all she wrote, and able to knock out that Rotom, thanks to Dragovish. The Wish was also very clutch. Getting that health back was super helpful in surviving the Max Steel Spike. But yeah, I think the opponent should have gone for the knockout, despite the fact that the Max Flutterby wouldn't have given it a defensive boost. I think in the long run, it would have helped just knocking out my Dragovish. Yeah, so I am curious to see if the Durant, in fact, did have I was curious to see if the Durant did have the Max Flutterby. Primarina is actually interesting. It has Torrent, yet it has Sparkling Area. And so it has Throat Spray to boost its special attack there. So interesting not to see Hyper Voice, but it makes sense. Liquid Voice doesn't actually boost the power of Hyper Voice. So this makes it easier for Primarina in the singles format, whereas Hyper Voice is good in doubles because it hits both Pokemon. But here you don't need it as much. Sparkling Area hitting for base 90 is really good, and because it activates the Throat Spray, it's a good attack. Yeah, it did have X-Scissor. I think that would have been the better move there. But c'est la vie. We did have the Type Null with the Eviolite. Type Null actually having a lot of strong attacks, a lot of ways to help kind of make it easier for the to debuff me. I think this would have worked really well in doubles, especially with the Thunder Wave and the Icy Wind, and really just investing in the defense. Yeah, I think this is a cool set, but I think that it would have been helpful definitely in doubles for sure. Rotom with Assault Vest, so Rotom unfortunately just had nothing it could do. And Skarmory had dual Wing Boost, Whirlwind, and Strength Stealth Rock, so really once I had Dragovish on the field and Skarmory didn't already got hit, I broke its Sturdy, and then I was able to go to town. And then Urshifu, I think Urshifu would have been kind of threatening, but again, SQ able to deal with it well. It had Focus Sash, yeah, so that makes sense. If Urshifu came in after I used the Belly Drum, then if it survived one attack, then that would have been a pretty strong fight. But Yeah, luckily with Stealth Rock on that side, on our side of the field too, we were able to do that. And now, hey, we're at Ultra Ball rank. Let's go. Looking really great here. We got some BP, and we're making it work. Woo! I know it's a little bit quieter. It's just the afternoon, so things have been a little bit more quieter. I think I'm going to stream more this evening. Kind of looking at it too. I don't know if I'm the biggest fan of the music right now, but I'll think about it. Alright, but anyways, we actually have a very interesting team because you guys might not see it, but this team actually has two ways it can deal with Dragovish in both Lantern and Toxicroak. Toxicroak has the ability Dry Skin, and Lantern has the ability Water Absorb. It actually has Boulder Absorb as well, but some Lanterns can carry Water Absorb, and that actually makes it where Lantern can survive some of Dragovish's attacks. So, while I do like Dragovish, I don't think it's going to be the immediate I'm going to use it. I like SQ, and do I like SQ actually? I don't see my opponent really setting up status on me, though. Yeah, that's why the harder, because like the way that I would set up sweep with SQ doesn't really exist. I think I'm going to lead off with Clefable, having Dragovish, and then SQ at the end game. Yeah, I feel like SQ at the end game is fine. Corviknight is going to be problematic for sure. But I think if we can survive, I think if we had to deal with it against Clefable, then what we can do is we can survive one. If Corviknight Dynamaxes, knocks out Clefable, we survive one physical attack from Corviknight, set up Belly Drum, protect the next turn, max guard, then go to town with some water type moves. I think we can, or we could probably just use, yeah, I think at that point we can use the Max Hailstorm. We can make it work. Max Hailstorm is also great because it does stop Toxicroak, physical Toxicroak, from using fighting type moves against me. So the opponent is going to lead off with Rotom. So unfortunate there. I would have liked to have seen use Dragovish at that moment. I am going to set up Stealth Rock. Rotom definitely has an opportunity to use Trick. Yep, as expected. So a little bit of a challenge here, just because now I think I'm going to be stuck with the using Stealth Rock. Stealth Rock does help out in the long run, but might be a little bit harder. I'm locked into the Stealth Rock, unfortunately. So it does force me to switch out. I think switching out to Dragovish is totally fine here. We could see another trick again, which is possible. So we're actually going to see the Volt switch. So I'll take that comfortably. The opponent is going to switch out, and then here we might see something like, oh, I'm going to go with Toxicroak or Lantern. Lantern's a little bit harder to deal with, but I think perfect. All right, so we get the Stealth Rock digging into Toxicroak. Toxicroak does reveal the Black Sludge, so no Focus Sash there. So this Psychic Feint is going to, like, maul it. I don't have to worry too much here. If the opponent does switch out, this is still going to hurt. But now dealing with Toxicroak, we are in a great spot here. There we go. Super effective and able to knock out that Toxicroak. So looking great. That was one of the bigger threats that Dragovish had to deal with. But, I mean, I got ways to pivot. Don't worry. I got this. The opponent is now going to be bringing in Corviknight. Corviknight does bring some challenges here. It is going to take some damage with Stealth Rock. But this actually gives SQ a great opportunity to set up later down the line. So I am going to go ahead and switch out Dragovish. It's done its job right now, and we are going to bring in Clefable. Yeah, Toxicroak is really cool. It is a awesome Pokemon for sure. It's my brother actually used it in 2012. No wait, 2013. My brother used it in 2012. So my brother used it in 12 and 13 on his Rain Dance team, and it worked out really well. It was a great Pokemon for sure. I'm just gonna go ahead and fire off a Moonblast. I don't know how much I'm gonna do to this Corviknight. Or if I'm going to do anything to this Corviknight. But we'll see. So I barely do anything. Totally fine here. Mirror Armor actually lowers my special defense, special attack, which is not so great. Corviknight sets in another Iron Defense, so Corviknight feeling very confident setting up these Iron Defenses here. Clefable would have liked to ignore them, but unfortunately it cannot. So that is going to be a little bit problematic. I am going to fire off another Moonblast. But yeah, this is going to be a little bit harder than I anticipated. I'm not sure how we're going to deal with this Corviknight in the long run. I think that I can have at least SQ survive one attack from Corviknight, set up that belly drum, and then go from there. Not very effective here. I get a critical hit, and the Mirror Armor activates one more time, lowering my special attack even further. And Corviknight is going to set up that Iron Defense, so making it pretty tough for me to basically do anything. I need this Corviknight basically to knock out my Clefable, but I think the opponent doesn't really care, which is going to be a little bit harder for me to deal with it. We're going to fire off this Moonblast again. Really, I think at this point, Clefable has done its job, and I just need this Corviknight out of here. Okay, Mirror Armor activates again. Come on, 3 for 3. This Mirror Armor is going at it, and we finally get the roost off. So Corviknight survived, being able to heal up all that damage. This is going to be a challenge for sure, though. And Corviknight finally Dynamaxes, so that's good. I am glad to see that, actually, because I'd rather Corviknight knock me out than me having to deal with it in the long run. Max Steel Spikes also won't be able to boost up its defense even further, but we might be seeing a pretty strong Max Airstream, making it harder for SQ to outspeed here. So I get off the Moonblast. It's not going to do anything. Do we get another Mirror Armor? No, we don't. We get a critical hit. Okay, no Mirror Armor, but we do see the Max Knuckle. So Corviknight going to try to boost up its attack now. Clefable takes that like a champ. I actually ignore all of those boosts. So I guess the question here is, yeah, I don't feel as confident having SQ come back in. Because the problem with SQ is, yeah, I could survive, but what I really want is to be able to set up my own belly drum. So the fact that Corviknight isn't going to try to knock me out is kind of problematic, actually. We get up the fire off this Moonblast, which is nice. Corviknight does go for the Max Airstream, so finally going to try to do some good damage on me. Not enough to knock me out, though, because, again, I'm unaware. I do not see these attack boosts. And the leftovers keeps on healing. I think the challenge here is that it's just going to be harder for me to say, like, I can't really switch in safely to another Pokemon. We're going to fire off one more Max Airstream. Corviknight getting that speed boost. Does a lot of damage, which is good, but it's not enough to knock out, and that's the problem. If Corviknight is going to take its sweet time knocking me out, then it's going to be a lot longer for me to finally knock out Corviknight. But luckily here, the body presses will be pretty strong, but with one Max Airstream, 2 Max Airstreams, it might outspeed, actually, the, and I actually might outspeed the entire team. Corviknight is finally going to go for that Brave Bird. That Brave Bird should be enough to knock out here. So looking good on that angle. I think that is kind of a good thing there. And so now Corviknight probably is going to use Body Press on the SQ if I decide to set it up. So I think I'm going to do that. Set up SQ, have it ready to go, and then hopefully we can fire off a really strong Max Hailstorm and try to knock out this Corviknight. Luckily with Max Hailstorm too, that allows me to get my Ice Face back, allowing me to survive more physical hits. So the longer I can get my physical hits, we are going to see the Body Press. Corviknight does outspeed at this point. Totally fine. The Ice Face is going to break. I get off this belly drum. They're going to be a tricky one, because it all comes down to this. Is my Max Hailstorm enough to knock out, enough to, I guess the main question here is, do I have enough speed to outspeed Corviknight? Corviknight, I believe, is at +2. I can look at that, because if Corviknight's at +2, that is going to be a challenge. Okay, Corviknight is at +2 speed. So I have to guess, does a +2, do I outspeed at +2? If I do, then this Max Hailstorm is going to be really great. I'll get my Ice Face back, be able to survive a physical attack, and go from there. But now we are able to tie up the kind of the defensive game here. So I am looking good on that end. We actually do get to outspeed here, so we get to fire up this Max Hailstorm. Probably it's not enough to knock out, unfortunately. But the Ice Face is going to be helpful to survive one more physical attack here. I get that Ice Face back. That's hilarious. Aw, that's so cute. And here he comes with the body press. That actually helps out a lot because now my Ice Face breaks. And the hail is going to help negate the leftovers damage. And luckily here I get to fire off my Ice Faces even more. And so Corviknight's kind of put in a tough spot. I will at least get my Ice Faces back every time now that it's hailing. So I get about 5 turns worth of this. Here comes one more. That's Ice Face coming. Oh no, I don't get the Ice Face back. Unfortunate there. And SQ is knocked out. So now we know it's not... I probably had to wait till the end of the turn there. So I think a better play there would have been to protect. Then at the end of the turn have the Ice Face activate again. And then... yeah, it does whenever it's hailing. Does it do every turn? Yeah, oh, it's a great shiny, 100%. Actually, I do want a shiny hunt SQ. I do have a Japanese one in a Love Ball, so I do plan to shiny hunt that. For sure. Alrighty, so it's Corviknight versus Dragovish, and Dragovish gets the outspeed, hits with his Fishious Run. Is it going to be enough to knock out? Unfortunately not. And that Roost is going to come in, the opponent really making it hard for Dragovish to break through. And this might be game, set, match. Oh man, I misplayed that. If I protected that turn and then went for the Max Hailstorm, that would have been better. And then the following turn, a Icicle Crash. But hey, we got to learn. SQ is super adorable, for sure, and I will have to shiny hunt one. But that was a good match for sure. And just the power of how defensive Corviknight can be. The trick on Rotom, I mean, the opponent played really well. The trick on Rotom really crippled Clefable, and made it harder in the long run. I think if I led with Dragovish in that lineup, I would have had a lot better shot. Dragovish would have immediately threatened anything. Most likely we would have seen the Toxic Hook switch in. In that case, I could have said, you know what, I'll stay in anyways. I'll use Max Psychic, and having that happen. So yeah, Corviknight really investing in those defenses there made it tough to deal with. Iron Defense, Brave Body Breath, Brave Bird, Roost. This is pretty standard, but really strong Pokemon. Water Absorb, Volt Absorb, so it wasn't the Water Absorb one, but a Volt Absorb to help absorb. Electric Attack, Protect, especially if they're targeting Corviknight. Great opportunity there. Good moves overall. We had Toxic Hook, yeah, with Brick Break, Gun Shock, Sucker Punch, and Substitute, so great Pokemon there. Exactman said it actually is one of my favorites too, in competitive. We have, ooh, interesting, Rest Chesto Berry, Grimmsnarl. So this Grimmsnarl actually wasn't dedicated to, setting up screens, but rather sweeping on its own, using bulk up and trying to boost up its defenses, and then Spirit Breaking and Sucker Punching through, and then using Rest at the end if it needed to wake up. That's a really interesting step for Grimmsnarl. I've never seen that before, so props to the trainer for thinking of that. Actually, I'm going to take a snapshot because I want to build that. It's Chesto Berry, and that's the moveset. Okay, cool. I'm going to build that. And also a great opportunity to Dynamax there. G-Max Grimmsnarl will be really strong. So we will be building that Grimmsnarl for sure. Yeah, we'll continue battling. That was a great battle. I applaud the opponent for being able to play well. I'm confident we can get some more victories here. Let's make them happen. But yeah, SQ is super cute. We gotta get a shiny. We're gonna be shiny hunting for SQ, definitely. Alrighty, so here we have Dragozolt, we have Primarina, we have Diggersby, we have Gengar, we have Urshifu, and we have Snorlax. There are not as many status Pokemon as there are physical hitting Pokemon. So I do like SQ. I do like Clefable. And there isn't really a way that the opponent discourages Dragovish. Like, they might have Dragozolt, but if Dragozolt is not Choice Scarf, then I do outspeed the entire team. So I feel like I'm going to do that just to pressure the opponent. Most likely that means that they'll bring Primarina. So I could bring... You know what? I could bring Clefable at the beginning. I think I'm going to do that. Use that wild card to my advantage. Or that red card to my advantage. And then kind of go from the rest there. I think Dragovish is... The opponent kind of sees it and says, I'm going to prepare for it. But as long as the opponent doesn't play passive, they play aggressive, I can get lucky here. Rotom is definitely a tricky Pokemon with Trick, for sure. But I think we'll figure a way to kind of deal with it. Okay, so the opponent actually does send out Snorlax, and I am going to lead off with Clefable. Nice thing here is that I actually do ignore Snorlax's attack boost. So this will be helpful in the long run. I can set up Stealth Rock, and then maybe do something like I can set up Calm Mind. If Snorlax does Belly Drum and then tries to attack right after, I'm just going to hold up that red card and be like, get out of here, Snorlax. That'll make it easier to deal with in the long run too, just because it might have eaten its berry, but it's going to be harder for it to get that berry back. So feeling good right now of this lead, definitely. We got the OG normal Pokemon that are pretty big. Clefable's no longer normal, but yeah, these are the OG blobs, the OG berry Pokemon, the bear Pokemon. And we're actually going to see Yawn. Very interesting tech here. So I guess the question is, do I feel confident switching out, or do I want to stay in? I feel like I could. That is a good question. I'm going to go ahead and use Calm Mind. No, I'm going to go ahead and use Moonblast. I don't feel confident switching out right now. Okay, I do lower Snorlax's special attack here, and Snorlax is going to go with Heavy Slam. So I'm glad I didn't switch out quite yet. I'll take that. And I hold my red card against Snorlax. Get out of here, Snorlax. You're ejected from the game. And the opponent is going to send in Diggersby. So that actually helps out a lot because SQ doesn't mind setting up on Diggersby. So I will go ahead and fall asleep for now. Even if I lose Clefable right here, I can make this work in the long run. We'll go ahead and use Wish. Let's see what Diggersby decides to do. I wouldn't doubt Diggersby using Earth. Okay, cool. I survived with 1 HP. That's crazy. That actually is kind of nice. I actually like surviving with 1 HP. I think I'm going to go ahead and fire off a Moonblast here. That just makes it longer for Diggersby to stay in. So Diggersby actually is going to hit with Earthquake again. Something tells me that Diggersby is Choice Banded or Choice Scarfed. So I will use that to my advantage. I am going to bring in SQ now. We're going to set up that Belly Drum. I will be able to take at least one physical hit, and then we can go to town with these Max Geysers, these Max Quake, these Max Hailstorms, etc. So let's go ahead and set up this Belly Drum here. And Diggersby actually sets up Rock Tomb. So Rock Tomb is a very interesting choice. I do lower my speed, but my Ice Face allows me to break through that. And I will now be the little penguin here, and I get my Belly Drum off. I don't know how I feel about that Rock Tomb, because that lowered speed might make it harder for me to deal with Diggersby in the long run. So we do know that Diggersby isn't choice. I'm going to fire off a Max Hailstorm in this case. I would be curious to see if the Diggersby matches me in Dynamaxing. I'm at 130 speed, but I don't know if that -1 speed is going to make a difference in me outspeeding the rest of the team. So that, interesting tech. I did like that idea. Okay, we aren't going to see any switches, and I do get the Dynamax off. I didn't see one from my opponent, so curious to see if we are going to see one. Here comes SQ, the angry penguin, the sad penguin. Now it becomes angry penguin. And let's see if we actually outspeed this Diggersby. So we don't. We actually see the quick attack. So I take that handedly well. I am glad that I did go for this Max Hailstorm. Diggersby, if it had a focus sash that's broken, the Max Hailstorm fires off. And now I get my Ice Face back, which is really nice. That will help deal with some of the more physical hits that might come my way. Door! Door! As it leans back and Diggersby is knocked out here. So, Clefable setting up Stealth Rock is going to be super helpful. That was very helpful indeed. And against Snorlax, I think I can definitely survive at least one more attack. So we see Primarina actually. So Primarina is going to be taking damage thanks to the Stealth Rock. Primarina actually exerts a decent amount of pressure. It might outspeed. If not, then this Max Strike is going to hurt here. And I think at the end game, having Dragovish be the last Pokemon, we actually do see the Primarina Dynamaxing, which is nice to do a Snorlax in the end game. But really, it depends. Can I knock out this Primarina +6 max strike before Primarina can attack? I no longer have the fast speed on my side, so Primarina probably is going to get its attack first. And we are going to see the Max Geyser. That is going to hurt. Can I survive it, though? Unfortunately, I do with 25 HP. I will happily take that for sure. Max Geyser fires off. SQ is surviving. We are thriving here, and we are going to get this Max Strike. This makes Primarina a little bit slower. I don't think I am going to knock it out. Oh, wait, I do. Oh, I'm close. I don't get to knock it out immediately, but we are close there. And Primarina's speed falling actually makes it easier for Dragovish in the long run. I am Jolly, so I do feel like I can outspeed. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and fire off a Max Strike one more time. Primarina actually goes ahead and uses Max Guard, so not a big deal there, just because I think what Primarina is trying to do is figure out if I'm actually going to outspeed her or not. But the thing here is that it's such at low HP that I should be able to hit this Facade, yeah, very handedly. I could hit with Liquidation, but I don't want to deal with the damage. I think they both pretty much hit the same power. So I actually get to knock out Primarina. Woo! Look at that. And Primarina is knocked out. We actually get it outspeed thanks to the lowered speed thanks to that Max Strike. So awesome turn there. SQ coming in strong. Even with that blocky Ice Face. Oh, this Penguin is coming at you. And that's just the power of SQ as a setup sweeper here. Now we just have Snorlax to deal with. And Snorlax isn't really well known to have really strong defenses. So Snorlax is going to take damage thanks to the Stealth Rock, making it easier. I'm going to just fire off a Liquidation, and Snorlax has to hit at least one physical hit. So we get this Liquidation off from that +6, and I'm just jamming at it with my Ice Head, and that is enough to knock out Snorlax. There we go. Great match overall. Clefable really setting us up for success. Wow, yeah, the Diggersby was scary for sure. Surviving that Max Geyser was clutch. I think that was so big. And us firing off a Max Strike to therefore meet our speed was helpful too. So great job from SQ, and us able to adjust there. So didn't gain as many points as I wanted to, dang it. But we are still in this Ultra Ball. 32 battles with 23 wins and 9 losses. That's really good, honestly. Talking about our first time playing singles in a very long time. SQ is so much fun. I love SQ. I love the Belly Drum. I don't think Slurpuff unfortunately learns Belly Drum anymore. But SQ does a great job of it thanks to that kind of free substitute, so to speak. The Ice Face is so helpful against physical hitters and really just finding the right opportunity to set that up. Alrighty, so we do have this opponent here and a lot of physical hitters once again, making it easier for SQ to play with this. We do have to be mindful of Ferrothorn, so I do like the idea of Corsola helping out here. And I like Dragovish as well. So instead of Clefable, I think I'm going to lead with Dragovish. I'm going to bring in Corsola, and I'm going to bring in SQ. And depending on what the opponent does, we can adjust and make it work from there. If they bring in Urshifu, for instance, we can try to go for the Max Psychic. We can go for an Outrage, things like that. I think especially against Darmanitan, SQ and Corsola are going to enjoy fighting Darmanitan easily, for sure. But yeah, chat, if you had a nickname SQ, what would your SQ nickname be? I mean, SQ is already, I think it's, is it SQ or Ice Q? I don't know, whatever. But anyways, what would you nickname yours? I would love to know. And as you guys get your nicknames in, we are in this fight. I am curious to see what this trainer is going to do. Alright, they're going to go ahead and lead off with Ferrothorn. It's a little bit problematic for Dragovish for sure. But I think Ferrothorn also is kind of scary because it can use things like Leech Seed, which will kind of make a big Flubby the SQ. I love it. We're gonna for you, Daxman, we're gonna make another SQ. We're gonna name it Flubby, and that'll be your SQ. So yep, that's what I was worried about. The Leech Seed is gonna be problematic here. Corsola will slowly lose her health against the Ferrothorn. I am going to try to match it with this Will-O-Wisp here. But yeah, Ferrothorn does prove a thorn in my side. Okay, so Ferrothorn is going to switch out, so hopefully we can use this to our advantage. And we are actually going to see Gengar come out. Gengar, definitely a big threat against Corsola. Corsola does set up this Will-O-Wisp, so that is good to see. But I think the problem here is that Gengar can go ahead and Dynamax and then go for max, I mean, basically we can see a max attack coming, like a max sidekick, a max ghost coming here. I don't feel confident having Corsola still stay in, so I am going to bring out my own Dragovish. Yeah, Leech Seed is going to be a hard thing to deal with, let me tell you. I'm going to have to figure out another way to deal with Ferrothorn for sure. So we're going to bring Dragovish back out, and Gengar actually hits Dazzling Gleam, so great opportunity there to capitalize on my Dragovish switch in. Gengar does take that burn. He's not able to knock me out just yet, so I am going to fire off a Fishious Rend. Most likely we are going to see a Ferrothorn switch in, which is totally fine. Gengar is going to switch out. We are going to get the Ferrothorn back in the game. This Fishious Rend is going to hurt because I had to deal with the Iron Barbs. Is there a Rocky Helmet? There is not, but there is leftovers. Okay. Dragovish is really, Ferrothorn is really prepared for the long run of this. I think I'm going to fire off one more Fishious Rend. And the reason why is that I don't want it to get off... there we go. That was a lot of damage there. Because the Iron Barbs will be enough to knock me out, which is good. And now the Leech Seed fails. Right? So that's good. I then need to knock out this Ferrothorn pretty quickly. And hopefully I can use SQ to knock it out. If SQ uses Icicle Crash, that might be enough to knock out this Ferrothorn. And that's going to help out in the long run here. So SQ is going to come back out. And I'm hopeful... I could Dynamax here and use the Icicle Crash. But I'm not sure yet. I don't know. I think I have to play for the long run. So we are going to get off this Icicle Crash. Luckily, we are going to get... do we get the flinch? We aren't able to get the knockout quite yet. We got the flinch, though. Okay. That's great to see. That's exactly what I wanted to see here. We can stop Ferrothorn from setting up those Leech Seeds. That's going to be helpful so much in the long run here. And I get off one more Icicle Crash, and that will be enough to knock out this Ferrothorn. So it took a little bit of effort to knock out this Ferrothorn for sure. But we are able to knock it out. Alright, so most likely the opponent is going to bring in Gengar. Gengar does prove problematic because I don't really have a way to dissuade Gengar. Because I have to take the full brunt of its attack. But if it shows a physical hitter, that's going to be that's going to be our chance to set up Belly Drum and go to town. I am glad I did stay in with the Fishious Rend. Knocking out my own Ferrothorn was important there. Or my own Dragovish was important there. We do see the Gengar. So it doesn't make sense to attack. Yeah, it doesn't make sense to Belly Drum because I can't it's not going to act like a substitute. So I am going to try to fire off this Max Hailstorm and knock out this Gengar in one turn. The opponent responds with a Dynamax too. Yeah, so we'll have to see what happens there. Now, Daxman asked a great question. What dual ice type would I like to see going forward? That's a great question. Trying to think, what type has ice not been dual typed with before? And I feel like Ice Fire would be a very interesting theme. I think that it would be really cool to see the design of it. And I think that it also helps cover for a couple of Ice's weaknesses. Now, it does make Rock-type moves 4 times super effective, which isn't great. But I think that there are other ways that the Ice-type Pokemon would be really great. So, yeah, Ice Fire would be. Daxman, I'm going to throw that question back to you. What dual-type Ice Pokemon would you like to see? I would love to hear your thoughts there. But yeah, Ice Fire would be really cool. For sure. There's also Ice Grass. I don't think... yeah, no, wait. Ice Grass is Abomasnow, duh. Okay, so Gengar is has taken damage thanks to the Hail and the Burn, which is going to be helpful in the long run. And Gengar most likely is going to go for a G-Max Terror one more time. I think with SQ, I will be able to survive and luckily be able to eat my Citrus Berry. Gengar actually max guards, which is interesting to see. I will fire off this max Hailstorm anyways. I mean, there's no point not to. I can't switch out anyways. The Burn and the Hail helps kind of wear it down. And Gengar's going to attempt one more time to go for its max Terror move. So I will have to take that. I survive with 40 HP. Yeah, Zenmo Darmanitan. Yeah, that's Fire Psychic, which is a really interesting one. Oh wait, yeah, duh, I totally forgot. No, Daxman, you're right. Zenmo Darmanitan Galarian form is Ice Fire. Duh, yeah. Oh, that is a cool design. I think it's rare because not many people have it. Oh shoot. Okay, Daxman, you gotta answer this question too then. I gotta think of another one. I can't believe I forgot about Galarian Zenmo Darmanitan. Yeah, I don't know. Ooh, yo, that's sick. Okay, yo, Daxman with the real answer right there. Yo, Ice Poison. That would be a sick type, let me tell you. So I am able to lower this defense of the Rhyperior, which is nice. And I'll be able to survive this one Earthquake, which is super helpful as well. Thanks to the Ice Face SQ going in. And then I get to fire off one more Liquidation. The Hail damage is actually going to make things a lot easier in the long run. And I think that's game. I get to fire off this final Liquidation. There we go. SQ for the win! And able to deal with that Ferrothorn early on was so helpful for sure. But Ice Poison would be dope. Yo, that would be sick too because like it have these icicle spears, and then in the spears there's like a purple tip on them, and that's the poison. So the idea is like it liquefies the it's like, oh, you know what? Liquid Nitrogen. It should have like a move that's like that, where it's like an ice move that has a chance to poison. That would be dope. Ice Poison. Dang, Dax, man, that's a good one. I gotta think, because my answer wasn't that great. Ice Fighting exists already, Crabominable. Ice Ground exists, Piloswine's family. Ice Rock doesn't exist, I don't think. I have to circle back on that one. But it could be one. Ice Steel exists. Who was Ice Steel? I don't remember. I know I think there was a Pokemon that was Ice Steel. Yeah, I don't know. I do not know. But yeah, that's a good. Ooh, Ice Poison. Ice Poison, sick, dude. I can't top that. I really can't top that. I'm trying to think. Excuse me. Ice Dark exists. That's Weavile. Yeah. Daxman! Man, showing me up, man. I can't. That was a good suggestion, man. Right there. You got me. Okay, on the same question. Okay, we talked about ice Pokemon. Now, what's another poison type besides Ice Poison would you like a combination of? For me, Poison Fairy. I feel like that concept would be pretty sick. So I would like to see a Poison Fairy Pokemon. Yeah, looking at this team, a lot of physical hitters. I do feel confident with SQ again. Yeah, I honestly feel like that Dragovish is going to help out so much. And I think I can use Corsola at the end game to kind of slow things down. So let's go with it. But yeah, another poison type. For me, Fairy Poison. I feel like, honestly, Grimmsnarl kind of has close to that. If Grimmsnarl gets a... Okay, hear me out. This is a crazy idea. Poison Psychic, yeah. Hey, that's Galarian Slowbro and Galarian Slowking. Poison Psychic, there you go. They look real... I think, yeah, and it doesn't mean that you can't get that dual type again. I think we should definitely get that dual type again. That would be dope. Alright, so Porygon Z versus Dragovish. I do get to outspeed here. If it doesn't have a Choice Scarf, and its special attack did rise, which isn't great to see. But this Fishy-Reshiram is going to hurt, even if I don't knock it out. The fact that I am going to do good damage to it is going to be helpful in the long run. most likely is Porygon Z would go for a Max Strike. I think that if Porygon Z gets your attack, it will knock me out. That is very clear. So the opponent is going to opt to Dynamax Porygon Z immediately. So okay, I think I got an idea. I got an idea, folks. Totally fine. We get the Max Strike. Okay, we got knocked out. Totally fine here. Dragoverse did its job. It punched a huge hole in Porygon Z. Porygon Z does not reveal Life Orb. And I'm going to bring in SQ. Now, you might be wondering, Smiles, why are you bringing SQ? Isn't it just going to be Ravage against that Max Strike because it can't deserve special defense? You're right, it is. I'm going to then switch into Corsola. That gives me one free turn to burn off this Dynamax, and then the next turn set up a Light Screen in case it has Max Darkness. Or Max Phantasm. We're going to see the Max Strike. I take that like a champ because it doesn't affect me, and now I have to set up this Light Screen here. Now we see the Max Darkness as expected. I did expect that I might have to deal with that. Oh, I couldn't even survive it. That was rough. Oof, that is tough. I am glad that I did survive. Dynamax is over for the Porygon. I think it's going to be tough because I really don't have an opportunity to set up Belly Drum. But I can fire off a Max Hailstorm. And I think the reason why I want to do this is so I can better survive whatever Porygon Z throws at me. And then get the Max Hailstorm back, so if my opponent does hit with a physical attack, I get my Ice Face back after the attack. This is going to be hard in the long run. I don't know if I can win this, but we're going to find a way. We're going to make it happen. So we get the Hyper Beam firing off. That is enough to activate the Citrus Berry. And we are going to fire off this Max Hailstorm here. So this will be enough to knock out the Porygon Z. But really, it's then, can I get this reverse sweep? Can I make it happen? Luckily, the opponent has a lot of physical hitters. So I am hopeful that that will be enough to help me out in the long run. Okay, the opponent does send out Clefable. Clefable also does not deal with physical hits, or doesn't deal with special hits. It deals in special hits, so that will be harder to break through. We are going to get this Max Hailstorm off. And luckily I didn't set up anything like Belly Drum against Clefable, because it probably is unaware like mine is. Clefable actually eats its berry, and it's a Key Berry. It's a Key Berry to raise that defense, which isn't great. I take a good amount of damage thanks to that Flamethrower. And Clefable is unaware. We did see that revealed. I mean, I'm hopeful. Maybe if I get a critical hit here, that's all I can ask. Clefable actually switches out. This opponent's really trying to make sure that I can't win this one. And Grimmsnarl comes out. So I am going to fire off this last Max Hailstorm. Hopefully being able to deal with this Grimmsnarl here. Do a decent amount of damage. Grimmsnarl does take damage thanks to the hail. And we are able, Dynamax is over. No chance to be able to set up Belly Drum, unfortunately. But hopefully I can get some flinches or things like that. And we're actually going to see the trick. Grimmsnarl is going to trick its item. What item am I going to get? Oh, I get the Lagging Tail. That hurts. I get off this Icicle Crash, but this opponent definitely put me in a checkmate situation. That will be enough for Grimmsnarl to take some damage here, and Clefable just come in and end the game here. I'm going to hit this Facade just so I can make sure I hit the next Pokemon. But yeah, it's looking like it's game, set, and match here. Oof, that was a tough one. I think the Porygon Z explosion first turn was pretty tough to deal with. So we get the Reflector up. Yeah, the opponent at this point is just playing a more of a protective game, because Clefable can easily be able to knock me out here. Hail's over, so I won't be able to get that chip damage, unfortunately. And Clefable just needs one Flamethrower to knock me out. The only thing I can think of is if Clefable misses Flamethrower for some reason, but that's highly doubtful. So I'm going to fire off the Icicle Crash. This is the strongest move I have. But yeah, Clefable just needs to click that Flamethrower button. That's all it needs. And there you go. HQ is knocked out. And unfortunate, our Penguin friend wasn't able to get the victory. But no worries there. That Porygon Z was definitely a tough cookie to face. I think the early Dynamax was a great call. I think the opponent did a good job there. Yeah, I did waste a turn of Dynamax, which was nice. I'll continue battling for sure. Yeah. And really investing in the special attackers there was a great call. I think having Steel types would help deal with Porygon Z. That could also resist Ghost. Or Dark would be a Steel Dark type, so something like Bisharp would actually work really well. But speaking of Steel types, we have an interesting one here with Scizor, and another interesting one here with Ferrothorn as well, making it a little bit harder for SQ to get in. Haxorus also has a little bit of a problem too, thanks to Cloyster. So I actually think that we can try to play this without bringing any of our Fairy type Pokemon. We are probably going to be stealing those Steel type Pokemon though, just because of my 3 Pokemon that are weak to Steel attacks. That is going to be a big thing that the opponent is going to recognize here. So we'll see what we can do here to make this work. I might actually search out Ninetales, to be honest. I haven't used it in a while. And Ninetales hasn't really, I haven't really seen a reason to use Ninetales. So we're actually going to see Scizor come out. And I will have Clefable kind of meet Scizor here. So not a big deal, I'm not too worried here. I'm going to go ahead and set up Stealth Rock. Scizor is probably going to go with a Bullet Punch. That is going to hurt, actually, a lot. Not a one-hit KO, which is nice. But I am going to hold that red card and say, get out of here, Scizor. You are not allowed on this field anymore. I hold the red card, and we get the Dragozolt early. So that is going to be helpful. And I will be setting up the Stealth Rock here. Dragozolt does help deal. I can now know in its Dragozolt. Vish can help deal with it in the long run. I will go ahead and fire off a Moonblast. Yeah, I'm going to fire off a Moonblast. Why not? We see the Bolt Beak. The Bolt Beak misses. That's why I wanted to fire off the Moonblast. Thanks to Hustle. Hustle is a tough ability because of that. And being able to put Dragozolt in such a tough spot makes it easier to deal with it in the long run. We are going to get that Bolt Beak. Finally, this one connects. But the problem here is that Dragozolt has put itself in such a bind thanks to that first missed Bolt Beak that a Fishious Run might be enough just to knock it out. I don't even need to worry about it coming in. Now, if Dragozolt didn't show the Life Orb, so it's quite possible it is Choice Scarfs here. But I get to outspeed. The Fishious Run will be enough to knock out here thanks to that big damage from the Moonblast. And that's one big threat gone. Yeah, it will be. I will be curious to see what the opponent throws out next. Ferrothorn is a possibility. We actually just see Water Urshifu here. So unfortunate because Water Urshifu would have been great to have dealt with Ice-Q. But you know what? I'll just hit it with a Max Mindstorm. I should be able to survive at least one close combat. And I think that should be plenty for us to really put this Urshifu in a tough spot here. Urshifu also doesn't have Focus Sash, so that's going to be helpful in the long run. And then with Scizor, if we burn it, I think that's going to help out too. So again, I just need to survive one attack from Urshifu. And we are going to survive this Thunder Punch handedly. Not a big deal here, and I do get off this Max Mindstorm. Perfect right there. That's just a lot of damage. And the Psychic Terrain allows me to survive any priority moves. I don't need to worry about that. And so that's just great to see. So we're going to fire off another... Yeah, let's go ahead and fire off another Max Mindstorm. Might as well... Oh, you know what? Yeah. I could fire off a Max Geyser. I'll fire off a Max Geyser. Because if we switch into Scizor, then I'll be hitting it pretty hard. And the opponent decides to forfeit. There we go. We got that cancellation. Let's go. That's just the power of being flexible there. It wasn't technically a rage quit, but I say we earned it. Let's go ahead and transition. I always enjoy that. Yeah, let's check out the team real quick. So we had the Dragonzolt here. Yeah, no Dynamax Candy, which is interesting. And that's the problem with Hustle. Is that Hustle, unfortunately, means that you have a chance to miss with these moves. Also, the challenge here, too, was that the Dragonzolt has Flamethrower, which is interesting coverage. I guess to help bypass deals. But I think another challenge here is that because you're Choice Scarf, that means you speed tie with my Dragovish if you don't invest in speed, but he didn't. As you can tell here, it upped to special defense instead of speed, thus making it easier for me to outspeed the Dragonzolt. We have the Scizor as well with Choice Band, so that was very helpful to see. Choice Band actually helps out a lot because Corsola could have disabled it and I would have won. Urshifu with Muscle Band, and I think Close Combat would have been its best choice. Not sure why it went with Thunder Punch, but being able to hit it super effectively is great. Cloyster with the Focus Sash, Ferrothorn, and Lapras. Lapras would actually have been really tough to deal with, so I am very glad I didn't have to deal with Lapras. But yeah, very interesting to see the opponent's team. I do think that they could have played that a little bit differently for sure. Their team was scarier than their execution of that team for sure. But yeah, okay, back to the questions, because I need to ask more questions in the chat. Okay, we talked about Psychic, we talked about Poison, we talked about Ice. You gotta make a dual Psychic Pokemon. What would it be? For me, Psychic Bug. I think it still exists already, but I would run a dedicated Psychic Bug Pokemon. Oh yeah, duh, Orbeetle. Yeah, 2 Psychic Bug Pokemon. I want 2 Psychic Bug Pokemon. Alright, looking at this, SQ might have a little bit of a harder time, mainly because of Charizard. But if I can deal with Charizard early, I think that will help well. So I'm going to bring in Clefable, I'm going to bring in Dragovish, and I am going to bring in SQ. I think that can help out a lot. But yeah, what Psychic type Pokemon would you want that's dual type? I'm trying to think if there's another Psychic Pokemon I haven't thought of yet. I need to just have all the types listed, like on the side panel or something. Yeah, I don't know. I honestly don't know. Great, I asked a question I can't even answer well. But yeah, I guess another Psychic Bug would be pretty cool. Oh, here's a question. Okay, answer the Psychic one first. But let's say Pokemon called you and like, yo, you gotta make the 19th type in Pokemon. What would that type be? And you can explain weaknesses, strengths, all that good stuff. But you get to make a new type in Pokemon. There are some pretty cool theories of this that I've seen, which are really cool. But yeah, curious to hear your thoughts on this one. Alright, so the opponent is going to bring in that Leech Seed. So this Ferrothorn, again, is going to be pretty problematic. Just dealing with it in the long run. I think what I want to do is kind of hit it to get it out of the way. And I can hold that red card, hopefully, to deal with it in the long run. Let me fire off a... I think I'm going to just fire off a Moonblast. Get some chip damage on Ferrothorn as it hits with a Gyro Ball or something. So I'm not going to do too much here. We are going to see that Gyro Ball. Perfect. That's exactly what I wanted. And I'm going to hold that red card, and I'm going to say, Ferrothorn, you are ejected from the game. I need to actually get a red card. That would be cute. And like a Fire-type energy card, be like, red card. Alright, perfect. Charizard is brought out, and Charizard takes a lot of damage thanks to the Stealth Rock. Unfortunately, it does heal up as well thanks to the Leech Seed, but the Stealth Rock is going to help out in the long run. And does put Charizard in a bind where it has to just say, hey, I have to stay in, actually. Charizard is going to go ahead and go for this Dynamax. But I honestly feel like this is overcommitting Charizard at this point. Because what Charizard's going to do is it's going to attack me, meaning Clefable's out. So it's going to fire off a max Airstream. I think that was its best call for sure. Getting that speed boost is very important here. But that also just means that, okay, so we've used the Life Orb. That's good to see. But yeah, I guess in the long run, it just means that SQ can come in and really wreck shop. We are going to see the Ferrothorn, Dragovish come out. So the opponent has to make a call. Do I stay in? I will lose my Charizard. It can max guard. But +1 Charizard versus Choice Scarf Dragovish, who outspeeds? That is the question. So you actually outspeed, and you're going to go off this max Wormwind. So unfortunate for me, I don't get that speed boost here. Or I don't get that power boost here. That could be Dragon Pulse. It's harder for me to tell if it's physical or specially based. Because it's physical, then I want to go for... yeah, I just want to fire off this Max Geyser and get this knockout here. But... yeah, physical means I could have survived one Max Wildfire and then gone for the Belly Drum and then go for the reverse sweep here. Special means I'm not going to. Ooh, this is a tricky one for sure, and I think just shows to show the power of Ferrothorn. And I think that's what I want to do. I want to pack a good fire type to deal with Ferrothorn in the long run. So we're going to see the G-Max Wildfire. It is specially based Charizard, and unfortunately, Big Penguin Boy just isn't able to survive. That Max Airstream was the clutch call there, making it easier to do a Dragovish, and I think the opponent did a great call there. So unfortunate that we lost against Charizard. But I think in the long run, it was definitely a tough one. The opponent definitely had to commit to the Charizard. So let's go ahead and take a small break from battling. What I'm going to do is switch my team a little bit. And I think having another fire type is going to be helpful here. Especially because I haven't really been using Ninetales, and its usefulness isn't as apparent at this stage of the game. So, alright, let's see what fire types we have. Oh, Volcarona, duh. Okay, that could work. Yeah, I think Volcarona is perfect. Let's see your summary. 95, yeah, then I'll teach you Flamethrower instead. I don't know what I would want to teach instead of Protect. Or, actually, I could teach it Quiver Dance. Oh, there you go. Volcarona could be the other setup sweeper. Okay, so I'll go ahead and take away Ninetales. Let's go ahead and teach Volcarona those moves real quick, and we'll get to it. But I think Volcarona is a great choice here. I'm glad that I chose it. You know, let's talk to Mustard. How are you doing today? Oh, yeah, he wants to battle. But Mustard, you know, okay, funny story. This game is, Yo, he kicked me out. I was gonna tell you guys about this. This is, Pokemon Quest. I'm gonna stand right in front. So, if you guys don't know, it's a game on the Switch and also on mobile. Where is Pokemon Quest? It's been a while since I played it. Right here, yeah. So that's Pokemon Quest right there. So that's what Mustard is playing. Cool. Let's go ahead and get out of the way, Porygon. Change up our Volcarona to learn Quiver Dance and Flamethrower, and then from there we'll continue battling. I think Volcarona is a great choice here and a great Pokemon for Dynamaxing. It also gives me an advantage too if I feel like my opponent is more specially based, or yeah, I can use Volcarona instead as a setup sweeper, and I think that Volcarona would be a great call out here. That can also help too if I realize, hey, the opponent doesn't have any Stealth Rock or things like that. Volcarona would be a great choice there. So go ahead and remember a move. Volcarona, go ahead and learn Quiver Dance again. Wait, it doesn't learn Quiver Dance. It hasn't learned Quiver Dance yet. Whoa, that's crazy. I didn't know that. It can learn Fire Blast. Leech Life is actually really strong now with 80 base. But it hasn't learned Quiver Dance yet. Oh no, here it is. Yeah, you don't need Protect. Okay, it doesn't know Flamethrower. I am curious to see if Volcarona actually learns Flamethrower directly. Let me see that. But by the way, if you guys want to answer, if you can make up a new Pokemon type, what would it be, and what would its type advantage and disadvantages be? So, kind of a big question for sure. But yeah, curious to hear your thoughts. I've seen some online that were really cool. Like there was one that was called the Mythic type. It was weak to Psychic, but it was really strong against like other types, like Dragon. Oh, actually, it was weak against Dragon, but it was strong against Fairy. Volcarona does not learn Flamethrower naturally. Okay, so I would have to teach it to her. Alright, so let me go ahead and do that real quick. Originally, this Volcarona was built for doubles. That's why it has Heat Wave. But the accuracy drop versus the for Volcarona, accuracy drop isn't as ideal as because like it's 95, but accuracy 90. Accuracy here is 100. The plus 10 in accuracy to lose 5 base power in singles is well worth it, in my opinion. I don't find it as useful not to have that. Cool. Alrighty, so Volcarona's ready to go. No wait, not the Pokejobs. I'll do the lottery. I think I do have a lot of Pokemon that are done with those jobs, but I don't want to deal with my boxes right now. Oh my gosh, it's the worst. I need to get rid of a lot of things. So if you guys see anything in my boxes, let me know. I'm more than happy to get rid of them. I got Moo Moo Milk. Come on. I want Moo Moo Milk. Okay. Let's bring Volcarona back. And the Ninetales is going to be out of the team, so you don't need to hold the Focus Sash anymore. Volcarona can. Perfect. Cool. Volcarona is going to go into the battle team. Oh yeah, by the way, shout out to Daxman for before I had Pokemon Bank or Pokemon Home, the premium version. Daxman helped trade up my Volcarona. So really appreciate you. Thank you so much for doing that. That means a lot. And so just wanted to give you a shout out, man. By the way, if you guys are tuning in and you see Daxman in chat, on November 7th, Daxman is hosting the extra live stream. This is an awesome opportunity to help those in the Salt Lake City area, provide for those hospital systems. So definitely check it out. Tune in on November 7th. We will be streaming his channel. We'll be hosting his channel on Gaming with Smiles. And also donate as well if you can. I plan to donate. I got to figure out how much I want to donate and things like that. But any amount helps, I assure you. And I'm sure Daxman would say the same thing. So definitely feel free to follow him. Check out that stream happening that Saturday, November 7th. Awesome opportunity to help support people. I'm trying to egg him on doing a full Nuzlocke where he has to play all of Sword and Shield, including the Crown Tundra and the Isle of Armor in a Nuzlocke format. So if you want to see that too, definitely let him know. But yeah, he's going to have some great content up there. So I highly recommend checking it out. Alrighty. Interesting. So we see the Shedinja, we see the Lycanroc, the Hatterene, the Obstagoon, the Kingdra, and the Arcanine. So this is interesting because there are a lot of special hitters and physical hitters. Kingdra can go either way, which is tough. I like setting up. Maybe Haxorus could set up. But Haxorus is pretty weak against Kingdra and Hatterene. I do like Clefable because setting up a Stealth Rock is going to be helpful in the long run. And I think Dragovish can help. I like Corsola for sure. Yeah, I feel like Dragovish can help. I think what I can do is max like Outrage or something at a certain point. And I think that's going to help in the long run. I think the one thing I do need to be mindful of is not to ram into Obstagoon. This is interesting because I'm not going for any of my setup sweepers. But I don't feel like I get the opportunity to set up. So it's more of just like, how far can I go? Of course, man. Of course. Thank you for being such a huge fan. Man, we have been friends since high school, dude. At least I can do. So, I mean, and of course, Daxman has great content. Like, it's always fun. We were on the stream Thursday, actually. Man, we were having fun. Oh, shout out to the Shiny Grookey! Shiny Grookey hype. Let's go. That was so much fun. when you got that. So, yeah, it's been awesome. All right, so Lycanroc is let out with Clefable. So, looking good here. Lycanroc probably is going to either set up Stealth Rock or Accelerock here. I'll try to attack. And I'm hopeful that I will also be able to... Oh, so we're just going to see a withdraw. Interesting. Uh-oh, no, not good, because that means that I throw my own Stealth Rock on my side of the field. Oh, the opponent caught me. They got me. Ooh, that was smart. Well played. Well played. I totally forgot about Hatterene and Magic Bounce here. I'm going to go ahead and set up Moonblast. I don't think Hatterene can... Yeah, so I'm going to set up Moonblast. Hatterene most likely is going to set up Trick Room here. So I'm not too worried. Okay, so it is going to hit with this Psyshock. So I am glad I didn't go for like Calm Mind or something. Ooh, that does a decent amount of damage here. But I do hold up that red card. And Shedinja is sent out. So Shedinja is going to be protected here. Because I didn't get Stealth Rock up yet. I wouldn't be surprised if we see another Hatterene come back in. So in this case, I am going to try to set up the Stealth Rock one more time. Because now it's kind of put in a bind. If it stays in, you know, there's a lot of things that Shedinja has to play around with. Shedinja is actually going to hit with Poltergeist, but it fails because I'm not holding a held item, and I get the Stealth Rock off. That's going to be super helpful, just chipping down Hatterene and the Lycanroc. But now that Shedinja can't actually stay in, or it can't switch out without being knocked out. Shedinja is going to go for Will-O-Wisp, and that misses again, which is unfortunate. And we're going to go ahead and fire off this Wish, just get some healing back. I'm going to go ahead and set up Calm Mind. Why not? It appears that Shedinja really can't do much against me. So it is kind of kept at this impasse here. Shedinja is going to go for this Will-O-Wisp. And so that will, I think the opponent is trying to see, am I, you know, Choice Spect or, you know, things like that. Or unaware or whatnot. So, yeah, we're at an impasse. Because Shedinja is going to have to switch out. If it wants to try to get momentum. But if it doesn't switch out, the problem is, yeah, it's just going to have to stay there. And the opponent forfeits! The opponent, unable to do anything, Clefable just stays there. I honestly would have fought that to the end. You had a lot more that you could have done. Lycanroc could have came in, tried to knock me out. But yeah, that definitely, you felt the salt there. We got to get the Rage Quit. Always a blast, always a blast. Unfortunate for the opponent, but what can you do? Let's see how far we're getting with that. We're close, we're inching. We're inching closer and closer to Master Rank. I'm confident we can get it, probably the next 2 battles, so I will put a timer on myself. I'll say the next 2 battles just because, man, it's already 3 o'clock. That's surprising. But yeah, okay. Looking at this team, we have Corviknight, which does prove a little bit problematic here. I do like Volcarona as a setup super. Volcarona can hit pretty much anyone super effectively. And Volcarona can actually outspeed Ninetales, deny it the ability to set up Aurora Veil. I do like Clefable. Yeah, it helps you with a lot of the special attackers. I feel like I can punch in a decent amount of holes. So I'm going to go with Dragovish. I'm going to go with Clefable, Dragovish, and Volcarona. Because once I get rid of Kingdra, then it's pretty easy. Kingdra can also do, like, I mean, Kingdra should naturally outspeed Dragovish outside of the Choice Scarf. Because if I Dynamax Dragovish, then Kingdra for sure can outspeed. But boy is on the pot and is on fire. This is always, some of these league cards are very funny. They're always funny. They make me laugh. Alright, so the trainer is going to go ahead and send out the Krookodile. So Krookodile coming out here, and Clefable is going to be sent out here too. So Krookodile doesn't really deal with Clefable well. I mean, I get the Intimidate drop, but it doesn't really make much of a difference here. I'm going to go ahead and set up Stealth Rock. I don't think Krookodile wants to set up on me, because I'm going to ignore it. And also too, like, it has to take a Moonblast. Yeah. So Crocodile is gonna withdraw here, and we are gonna see the Ninetales. So Ninetales activates that Snow Warning. That means that we are gonna see Aurora Veil come up. But I do get off the Stealth Rock, which is super helpful in the long run. That's just gonna make it easier to deal with my opponent. And I really don't think Ninetales threatens too much here. The opponent will see that I'm not Magic Guard, so their best guess is like, oh yeah, this person's probably unaware, and so that's going to be helpful. So we are going to see the opposing Moonblast here. So glad I didn't switch out or anything, and I'm just going to go ahead and meet. I lowered my special attack, unfortunately. But I used that red card. This is actually really helpful. The red card comes in. Ninetales is now going to take 25%, and I'm going to hit Crocodile with Moonblast. Let's go. Now that is a red card I like to see. Hold that red card, say, hey, you're ejected from here, and I'm going to fire off this Moonblast. The lowered special attack is unfortunate, but this actually is going to do a decent amount of damage here. Super effective. I lower the special attack. No weakness policy. No weakness policy. And Crocodile is going to be taking damage thanks to that hail. I think what I want to do here is set up Wish, and then next turn I will fire off one more Moonblast. But yeah, the fact that Crocodile had to take a lot of damage isn't great for it. And it's slowly but surely losing its effectiveness here. Crocodile actually is going to set up its own Stealth Rock. So that's nice. I will have kind of like one turn of just, I get to chill for a moment here and I set up Wish. Trying to think. Stealth Rock does make it harder for Volcarona to deal in the long run. Heavy Duty Boots also would have been a great option there. But Stealth Rock is more rare than knocking out Volcarona in one turn. So, not too bad. I'm okay with Volcarona losing 50%. I don't need it to set up. Crocodile is going to go ahead and switch back out. And we are going to get the Ninetales switching back in. Ninetales is going to lose 25% thanks to that Stealth Rock. And we're going to fire off this Moonblast here. Moonblast doing a lot of damage. Not too much, actually. And I will lose some damage thanks to the hail. But I get all that damage back thanks to the recovery of Wish. Ninetales is going to have full special attack here going for this Moonblast. But really, just wearing it down has been so helpful, and I think Dragovish in the long run is going to appreciate that. We're going to get one more Moonblast into the Clefable shot. Clefable takes that decently well. I'm going to fire off another Moonblast as well. Hopefully, I can power through this Ninetales. And doing a good amount of damage here. The hail is over, so Ninetales unable to set up Aurora Veil is huge for me. I think I'm going to go ahead and fire off another Wish here, and then next turn, then fire off a Moonblast. We're going to get one more Moonblast here. I should be able to survive 2 Moonblast. Ooh, I unfortunately won't be able to survive 2 Moonblasts here. But I got an idea. I'm going to go ahead and take this opportunity to switch into Volcarona. Volcarona will get the recovery thanks to Wish, so actually negating the damage I'm taking from the Stealth Rock. So that is a lot of HP I did lose here. But I should be able to comfortably tank this Moonblast just because I am a fire type. And now with that Wish, oh, my special attack drops again? Come on. Come on, you had to do that to me? That's kind of a jerk move. My Wish does come true though, and that is going to be helpful for Volcarona in the long run. I think here I'm going to fire off the, I'm going to just fire off the Max Airstream. Coming off 140, that should be enough to knock out the Ninetales. And that should allow me to kind of boost up and get all of the benefits I need, especially dealing with Choice Scarf Pokemon. So, awesome opportunity here. Let's make it happen. Ninetales decides to stay in, so I am curious to see what Ninetales' game plan here is. We are going to see the Icy Wind to lower my speed, but I am going to go ahead and respond to that with my own Max Airstream. So luckily there, I don't have to worry too much of the opposing opponent maximizing that speed boost here. Volcarona is going to get that speed increase, and that is enough to knock out Ninetales. So looking great so far. We're in a good spot. Crocodile is not going to be in a good spot coming back in. It does lose a lot of HP, a good amount of HP thanks to the Stealth Rock, and the Intimidate fires off. So question here is, does Crocodile have Choice Scarf? That could be a possibility. I don't know. I feel like just firing off another Max Airstream is going to be helpful in the long run. So we do see the Stone Edge actually, so Crocodile is actually faster. It is super effective and enough to knock out Volcarona, so it does have that Scarf on it. But the thing here is that because Crocodile is now switched in, totally fine here. Dragovish can just fire off the Fishious Wrens. I unfortunately will be losing damage thanks to the Stealth Rock, but now we're kind of speed. I don't think speed tied. Yeah, we do reveal the Choice Scarf, but not a big deal here because the Fishious Wren is going to be enough to knock out this Crocodile. Crocodile is knocked out, so now the question is, what is the last Pokemon, and will Dragovish have enough to power through it? So it is the Kingdra. Kingdra actually is not the Pokemon I want to see here, but I can still make this work to my advantage. The tricky thing here is that Kingdra most likely will use Max Geyser, and if it is Swift Swim, then for sure it will outspeed Dragovish, therefore making it harder for me to win here. Clefable coming in hopefully allows me to survive one Dragon attack. If it is actually going to be that Max Wyrmwind, and I think that might be enough to make it work in the long run. So we'll have to see. I'm not 100% sure, but yeah, Kingdra at the end game, it definitely is a tough cookie. Kingdra is going to Dynamax here, getting a lot of HP through that Dynamax. And are we going to see the Max Wyrmwind? We see the Max Wyrmwind, so that was very nice to see. That does make it easier for Clefable in the long run. I am going to go ahead and set up... I'm just going to go ahead and try to fire off a Wish. I'm not going to survive this next attack for sure. So we're going to see the Max Geyser coming out from the Kingdra into the Clefable slot. My fear here is that this Kingdra is actually Swift Swim. Maybe it's a Sniper actually. Okay, we don't get any confirmation. It is Life Orb, so I can outspeed and fire off this Outrage. Possibly. Now, if Kingdra is Swift Swim, then it's game over. But if it's not, then I win. Or maybe win. The Outrage has to be strong enough to knock it out. It could also Max Guard here. Unfortunately, though, it is Swift Swim, and that Max Swim will be enough to knock out. So kind of an unfortunate turn of events there. But yeah, great match overall. Oof, that was a tricky one. I think that kind of looking back at it, the Crocodile lead was interesting. It wasn't bad. I think it was I wasn't able to gain a lot of momentum immediately. Getting off the Stealth Rock was nice. But yeah, it was hard to deal with it in the long run. So we unfortunately will lose some points here. But can we get a victory? Can we get closer to that master rank? I think I'm going to do one more, and then I'm going to take a break just so I can get some water, kind of chill for a bit, and then go for it, play more this evening. And speaking of a very interesting team, we have the Evolution team. The Evolution team, very specially based. Yeah, a lot of different things it can do. I like Dragovish and everything except Vaporeon. I feel like just setting that up and just dealing with Vaporeon in the long run is going to be helpful here. So, I'm going to go ahead and bring in Clefable. I'm going to bring in Corsola, and I am going to bring in Dragovish at the end. I think that's going to be our main move here. Dragovish also doesn't... I mean, Leafeon does hurt, sure, but I don't think that... I feel like I can deal with the other Pokemon, you know? Volcarona might be enough to scare away Leafeon and Glaceon. So that's what I'm hopeful for, because Glaceon actually has access to Freeze Dry. 4 times super effective against Dragovish. I don't want it to outspeed Dragovish and get that. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Maybe the presence of Volcarona might be enough to dissuade that. Alright, so Jolteon is out, and we do have Clefable come out here too. As the crowd goes wild, Jolteon probably is going to use something like Volt Switch here. Jolteon actually just goes on the offensive, hitting off with the Thunderbolt. And so I'm just going to hold my red card against it and say, Jolteon, get out of here. Get out of here. You're not allowed on the field anymore. The opponent sends in Glaceon, and so I get to set up the Stealth Rock on Glaceon. Glaceon is also known to be slower compared to the other evolutions, So as Clefable, I should be able to outspeed here, which I'm very happy to see. I can just fire off a Moonblast. Let's just see what damage we can put off, making it easier to deal with Glaceon in the long run. Glaceon is going to hit with Blizzard. Actually, does connect with the Blizzard. And that was actually really strong. I will fire off this Moonblast. Yes! Your all-time favorite! That's right, Daxman. Glaceon is here, ready to rock. That special attack drop is going to be helpful in the long run. But yeah, your favorite is here. And Glaceon actually does show that it outspeeds the Clefable. Has that Ice Shard also to pick it off in the short run. So that is nice to see. I feel like in this case, I can... Yeah, I feel like I can go for Dragovish. I think what we're going to see here is if Vaporeon comes in, it's going to just ram into it. It might have been shiny, I'm not sure. But if Vaporeon comes in, not a big deal, because then I'm just going to max Wormwind. Nope, Vaporeon does not show up, and so we are able to knock out this Glaceon. Sorry, Daxman. We did knock out that Glaceon, but just know that it wasn't your Glaceon. If it was, I think it would have lasted longer in battle, you know what I'm saying? But the Stealth Rock is going to help out in the long run. We do get the Sylveon coming out. Sylveon is going to be taking a considerable amount of damage thanks to my moves. So even if it Dynamaxes here, Fishious Rend is just going to hurt. And really the question is, does Sylveon have a Fairy-type move that isn't Max? Because Max Strike will lower my speed, but it doesn't necessarily knock me out. I don't think it will knock me out. And then I can just outspeed it. Because Pixelate doesn't change Max Strike. So I get off this Fishious Rend. It does a lot. We aren't able to knock out, but we're close. And it actually does have a Fairy-type move with this Max Starfall. That should be enough to knock me out. Totally fine in this case. I think Corsola versus the world. Corsola's got it. She's got it. So we do see the Misty Terrain setup, and Dragovish is knocked out here. But the pieces are put into place here. Corsola versus Jolteon and Sylveon. I believe that Corsola definitely has this battle for sure. I think the one thing here is that do I think I can confidently... I think I might need my HP back. I can also set up Light Screen. I wish I could do a lot more things all at once, but that's the hard thing. I'm going to go ahead and set up Light Screen. I think Sylveon isn't going to have... Oh, it does have the Max Phantasm. Ooh, that is going to hurt. Oh, that's a lot of HP lost. Luckily, the defense drop doesn't make a difference. But the problem here is, can I survive the next attack? Light Screen will make my team stronger. But yeah, that's going to be a tough call. I'm going to have to Strength Sap here, and hopefully I can survive one Max Phantasm. I survived with 3 HP, guys! That's the power of Corsola! My defenses are lowered, but the thing here is that I don't mind as much, just because the opponent doesn't have any other physical hitters. We do lower the Sylveon's attack here, and I do get a lot of my HP back. So that is good to see. I think the main thing here is that both Sylveon and Jolteon are going to probably be firing off with Shadow Balls. I do kind of want to get rid of Sylveon now, but I think the challenge here is that will I be able to survive even longer? So we are going to see the Shadow Ball fire off. Gets a decent amount of damage here. I do survive, and I do get off this Nightshade. Now, the thing here is that Jolteon's Shadow Ball won't be enough to knock me out. So I am confident that I could survive one Shadow Ball, set up Strength Sap, and if I get the Stealth Rock is super helpful. I set up the Strength Sap here, and if I do get one Disable, that might be enough for me to survive some of the onslaughts here. Jolteon actually goes a Thunder Wave, not realizing that the Misty Terrain actually protects me from that. So a tough mechanic loss for sure. Not recognizing that, but hey, I will happily take that. Misty Terrain finally is over now, so Jolteon probably is now going to fire off another Thunder Wave. And I'm going to take this opportunity to fire off a Nightshade. I think that's going to be helpful in the long run. So we do get the Thunder Wave finally fired off into my slot. Totally fine here. And I am going to fire off this Nightshade. Oh, I'm paralyzed. Why do you do this? And the light screen is off too. That's not great. I am gonna fire off this Will-O-Wisp. I think Will-O-Wisp is gonna be helpful in. Oh, and we do get the Shadow Ball coming from the Jolteon slot. Will Jolteon, can I disable it? Oh no, I don't, and I miss. Oh, that's problematic. I have to hit off the Strength Sap. All right, we're gonna have to eat up one more Shadow Ball. I'm paralyzed. You hate to see it. I missed with the Will-O-Wisp, so I'm paralyzed. I think this is game, set, and match, guys. And unfortunately, we aren't able to survive this. The Shadow Ball finally comes out, and none of the Curse Bodies activated. Oi, that's the tricky thing about Corsola. Slowly but surely, we got knocked out. And there it is. That's all she wrote. Well, good thing on the Sylveon for having that Moonblast for sure. The Max Starfall was important on it. So, unfortunate there. I think Dragovish at the early stages would have been helpful, but it is what it is. Alright, we got some Carbos. We'll go ahead and take a break for now. Oh wait, might be. I didn't mean to do that. Well, you know what? Might as well just play it. We'll play it for old time's sake. Alright guys, I just want to say thank you so much for tuning in so far. I had an absolute blast playing both Super Mario 64 and Pokemon Sword and Shield, some of the singles battles. I'm going to take a listen back into both the Blue Snowball's volume, as well as kind of the volume with the headset. I was able to hear y'all, or not hear, I was able to hear the gameplay. I want to make sure y'all don't hear the gameplay as well, that you only hear it through the Hapag. So I'm going to take a listen, see how that sounds. But thank you so much for tuning in. I'm actually going to probably stream a little bit later today. I think I'll do that. And hopefully we can get to Master Rank in singles. Until next time, folks, I'll see you here on Gaming with Smiles. Yeah, I found the outro video. Peace.